The old man casually dug up a basin of soil and gently swirled it in the river. When the sifting was nearly done, he leaned in for a closer look. To his surprise, he found 2 grains of gold dust. The old man, who'd just been passing through to try his luck, was suddenly intrigued. Drawing on years of experience, he figured there had to be a gold deposit here. The old man quickly scooped up another basin, gently swirling it just like before, but this time came up empty. Still, he wasn't discouraged. He simply marked the spot and dug up another basin in the opposite direction. This time he sifted out 4 grains, then dug up 7, kept going forward to find 12, but the next batch dropped to just 5, and from there it kept decreasing, until he couldn't sift out any more gold. Yet the old man broke into a smile, because based on where he'd found the gold dust, he'd already roughly figured out the vein's direction. The old man marked another spot where there was no gold. Next, all he had to do was keep digging forward from where he'd found the most gold dust, and he'd locate the deposit. The old man could practically see victory within reach. At this moment, he felt unstoppable, and so in the days that followed, the old man kept digging holes, sifting for gold dust, and making marks. Each time he moved forward, he used the same method as before, making his path increasingly precise. After 3 days of hard work, the old man stood at the top of his entire trail. Now he could pinpoint the vein's exact location. All that was left was to dig down. Another day passed, and the old man had dug a deep pit. Though he still didn't know how much longer he'd have to dig, he seemed confident. For someone his age, digging was seriously hard work. He dragged his somewhat weary body along, muttering non-stop about how he was about to strike gold. Another day went by, and the old man had dug a waist-deep pit when suddenly he stopped what he was doing. Despite his head full of white hair, his eyesight was remarkably sharp. A nugget the size of a soybean made him feel like he was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Before long, he dug up a rock, cracked it open with his hammer, and inside gleamed a large patch of gold. For this moment, it had all been worth it. The old man was ecstatic, quickly clawing away the dirt below, and a whole chunk of gold ore appeared before his eyes.
Hello, Mr. Pocket.
Suddenly the smile froze on the old man's face. A shadow had just flashed by, and he knew danger was coming. The old man instinctively glanced at the small hammer beside him. Sure enough, just as he'd suspected, a man was pointing a gun right at him. With a gunshot, the old man collapsed face down in the pit, motionless. But the man didn't fire a second shot. He just stared hard at the old man in the hole. Blood quickly stained his back red. The man slowly sat down, but his gun remained aimed. Maybe because he was too cheap to waste a bullet. He stayed like this for 5 minutes. Only then did the man slowly lower his gun, pulled out a cigarette, scanned the area, made sure it was safe, and then leisurely lit up. He was in no rush to climb down and claim his spoils. Halfway through his smoke, notice this detail. The man didn't toss the butt. Instead, he licked his finger, snuffed out the cigarette, and stuffed it in his pocket. At this point, I'm certain he really is cheap. Only then did he prepare to go down and clean up the scene.